Want it to be a quiet Uber ride? Well, if you are willing to pay a little extra money, Uber's got a new feature that has you covered. But before we talk about that, let's have a word from our sponsors. Times are changing for gig workers and the gig economy, and there are a lot more gigs from a lot more companies than there used to be. That's why when people ask me where they can go to find resources for the gig economy, I recommend gigworkers.com. At this site, you can see what other gig workers are doing and discover better opportunities from industries, companies, resources, and even a forum where you can talk with other people in the gig economy. Gigworkers.com is a great resource site whether you work for Uber, Lyft, Postmates, DoorDash, TaxRabbit, Thumbtack, Upwork, whatever. There's a gig for you and there's a forum for you on gigworker.com. Gigworker.com for all your gigs. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and there was a funny story several months ago that I actually personally enjoyed. It was about an Uber driver who found a clever way to break the ice with his Uber passengers. He had a menu, like a little Uber menu, and in it had choices like, do you want the ride to be quiet? Do you want me to talk? Do you want me to stare creepily at you? It was good-natured fun, I felt, that was a great way to break the ice. And as someone who is actually fairly shy in real life and also autistic, so reading visual cues is not my strong suit, I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. I think this should actually be implemented. Funny enough, my good friend Mark from Uber Hints, he actually found it insulting. And he thought that, you should be able to just read body language and that this was like such a dumb thing. It shows that me and him do disagree on things, but we're still good-natured and we're still cool about it. So I'm not mad at Marks, and if I'm not mad at him, you shouldn't be either. And yet, there must have been some merit to the idea, because Uber has actually launched their own version of the menu, kind of. It is called a quiet mode. A quiet mode. And this is how it works. Depending on where you are, it's a toss-up whether your Uber driver will talk your ear off. For the record, I typically did talk people's ears off because that was actually one of the most fun things about the job. It was kind of what kept me doing it long after the pay started to suck because I liked getting out of the house and talking to people and sharing my story. And then it didn't become worth it after a while. I mean, maybe it's also because the passengers got like a little bit nastier. I don't know. But I actually do enjoy talking to people in the Ubers. Sure, they're being nice, but if you're jet lagged or on the last leg of a wild Friday night, small talk may be the last thing you want. Uber is introducing a new in-app way to opt out of a conversation with your driver in the most polite way possible. Starting Thursday, which I think that's tomorrow, or maybe it's today. Who knows when these videos go up anymore. The quiet mode feature is available for UberBLACK SUV rides, according to release from the company. So basically, this means you have to be rich, or you have to be willing to spend extra money to get this. In fact, I've seen other articles saying that for an extra few dollars, you can get a quiet Uber, when I don't know if that's really what's happening here. It's just a feature that's only being made available through the UberBLACK SUV ride. So if you're Uber Pool, Uber X, Uber XL, maybe even Uber SUV, just regular SUV, Uber Wave, whatever, it doesn't look like this is going to be a feature for you. Riders can choose between quiet preferred, happy to chat, or no preference. Other features the ride share company is adding for the UberBLACK include help with luggage, temperature control, and extended pickup times. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, look, I'm going to start off by saying that if you're a driver, I strongly recommend you help out with the luggage or the temperature control. Someone has luggage, help them out. It's the right thing to do. If they say, hey, it's too cold or it's too hot, change the temperature. Extended pickup time, maybe if they call and they're really nice about it, maybe I would stick around longer. Otherwise, nope, that is as Dustin would say, that would be a negative ghostwriter. Please don't sue me for copyright infringement, Dustin. But here's the issue I have with this right now. The fact that Uber is actually putting a feature into the app that says, oh, your passenger requested this, so you have to do it. It's like, sounds a lot like an employee. Granted, it's only in the UberBLACK feature level, which is a high-level paying feature of the Uber app. There goes the bad plumbing. So these things are probably expected anyway. I mean, heck, I think with UberBLACK, you pretty much are expected to wear black or wear a tux or dress a lot nicer than a normal Uber driver would dress. So there are some expectations that come with being an UberBLACK driver. But again, it's a messy area because, you know, Uber's kind of telling you what you can and can't do. And I think if they make these options available, the passengers need to pay extra for it. I mean, maybe not a lot. Maybe like, oh, do you want help with the luggage? That's like an extra $2. Temperature control, that's an extra 50 cents. Extended wait time, that's an extra $3 for an extra 3 minutes. So, you know, I think there's ways to do this where it's not egregious. But, and again, 2 of these 3 things you should probably be doing anyway. And that's even just if you're UberBLACK, not UberBLACK. If you're UberX or UberPool, this is just stuff you should be doing in general. But for a company that says you run your own business, they sure have a way of finding ways of telling you how to run your own business. Uber is also adding access to premium phone support so riders can get in touch with live agents, a promise of professionalism from its drivers and consistent vehicle quality. So, oh boy, people are going to get deactivated over this, aren't they? In addition, Uber is working to make sure passengers don't door bicyclists. Dooring happens when a driver or passenger opens a car door in the path of a bike rider, resulting in a crash. Uber's new pilot program, announced Wednesday, includes an in-app feature that warns passengers if they're being dropped off on a street with a bike lane. It also reminds drivers that it's illegal to stop in a bike lane in most cities. I've got no complaints with that. And that's it. That is the story. So, yeah, there's a new quiet mode for Uber. At least UberBLACK users. So what do I think about it? Well, you know, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that per se. I mean, in fact, I think that feature should probably be included for everyone. I mean, I think, you know, if you are doing this, if you are driving, you do care about what your passengers think. You do want to know what will make them comfortable. And you know what? If they indicate in advance that maybe they don't want to talk to you, maybe that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Otherwise, the drivers are there to pretty much guess. And some people, not so skilled at reading body language or cues. I mean, so much so that when I first started courting Katie, this is a true story, by the way, I thought she liked me, and I was pretty sure things were going in a good direction. And then I must not have been picking up fast enough, because at one point she was like, so, you know, if you asked me to be your girlfriend, I probably wouldn't say no. And that's when I realized she was mine, because there was like that verbal confirmation. I kind of need that. So, you know, if I were still driving, I whether it's UberX or UberBLACK, I would like that to be a feature. Now, as for indicating the extra features like the luggage, the extra wait time, the temperature, I mean, here's the thing. I would help with the luggage anyway. I would change the temperature should they ask. I always did that. Waiting around extra, you know what? You definitely got to pay for that. You have to pay for that. And you can't just pay me like 5 cents a minute or whatever it is. Like, no. I mean, after 5 minutes, I get a $5 cancellation fee. You want to avoid that cancellation fee? You got to give me a couple of dollars. So that's my opinion. And again, I feel kind of uncomfortable with the idea that Uber's saying, well, the passenger's requesting you do this, so you have to do this. And it's like, well, again, 2 of those 3 things you should definitely be doing anyway. But what if, say, you don't want to get out of the car and want help with the luggage? Some people are just like that, and you know what? Hey, you're an independent contractor. That's your freedom to do so. But now, if you don't do that, well, Uber might deactivate you. And I have issues with that, because they're supposed to be not telling you what to do or how to run your business. Of course, again, it's UberBLACK, so you should be given extra service anyway, preferably with a tie and a smile. So, I don't have a lot to complain about this. I don't like more implications that Uber is actually giving more and more instructions on how to do this. They really should be leaving the drivers alone. And as long as there's not any major complaints like he tried to do something with me or he was coarse or whatever, you know, if they don't want to help with the luggage, they don't want to help with the luggage. And you should not be forced to do so. Even though I think it's kind of a scummy thing to do. But, you know, that's just me. Right now, my biggest concern is about, you know, Uber actually treating the independent contractors like independent contractors. And this is just one more reason I believe that they are treating us like employees, even though I largely agree that you should do these things, with the exception of the staying later. No, if you want me to stay later, you got to pay an extra couple dollars. That's how it's always worked. But I now pass the question off to all of you folks. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think of this quiet mode? Mark, I'm especially interested in what you think about this. I don't know if you've put up a video by the time this goes up, but yeah, that's going to be interesting. So anyway, you know the drill. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to, excuse me, to helping the channel run smoothly, and you get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. Also, if gas is going to be a bummer, check out the Get Upside app below. You will get cash back on every gas purchase you make. Check out the Apptrepreneur Vlogs channel. We're posting content most every day. And check us out on Facebook at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.